Hello there, welcome to another Comprehensible Talk lesson. I'm so happy that you're here. As you know, this is one of my favorite lessons in the world because we get to speak in English and only in English. How are you doing today? Are you good? Are you excited for this lesson? Well, I hope so because, today we're going to talk about something very special. We're going to talk about schools and their roles. Look at that. Check this out. Schools and their roles. So this is a school right here, okay? It's a school. Now, everywhere you go, places have their roles, right? Roles. You know what this means? Roles, regras, roles, right? So, everywhere has rules, right? Your workplace has rules, your house has rules, hospitals have rules, right? Schools are no different. Schools have their own rules. So let's talk about that for a moment. Okay. So, So, first of all, to start off, if you are in class, okay, these people are in class, and, if you have a question, what happens? If you're in school and you're in class and you have a question, what happens? What are these people doing? What are they doing? What are these kids doing? That's right. They are raising their hands, right? Why? Because they have a question, okay? So if you raise your hand when you have a question, you can make that question. So you may raise your hand and ask a question, okay? If you raise your hand, the teacher right here, that's the teacher, she or he, they will allow you to ask your question, okay? So that is the first rule that I'm gonna tell you about schools. Hey, have a question? Raise your hand. That is polite, okay? It's polite to do that. Okay. Now, what about cell phones? Cell phones, okay? Can students bring their cell phones to school? These are students. See, 3 girls, students. They are, using their phones, their cell phones. What do you think? Can they do that? Can they bring, elas podem trazer, can they bring their phones to school? What do you think? Well, yes. In most schools, students can bring their cell phones to school, okay? So cell phones are not forbidden, proibidos. They are not forbidden. You may bring your cell phones to school. You are allowed to bring your devices to school, okay? That is in most schools, okay? Now, I get that, okay? But what about during class? Can you use your phone during class? Can students use their phones during class? No, usually they cannot, okay? They can't use their phones during class. So cell phones can't be used during class because, it's distracting and it's not polite, okay? It's disrespectful to the teacher, okay? So you don't want to use your cell phone in class. And if you do, okay, in some schools, if you do use your phone during class, the teacher is allowed to take it. So look, teachers can take the cell phones from students. In some schools, teachers are allowed to take the cell phones from the students, okay? And hold those cell phones until the end of class. Now, of course, they have to give back the cell phones, right? They must return the cell phones after class. Of course, you know, the teachers are not gonna like take the phones and keep them forever. No, they're not gonna do that. But they can take your phone, you know, if you're using it during class, they can take it. But once class is over, the teacher will return the phone to the student. Okay, so he'll give it back to you afterwards. Of course, it depends on schools and like which rules apply to each schools. So different schools have different rules, right? But usually this is how it works. Usually this is what happens. Now, what about students that misbehave? Students that, you know, cause trouble or have a bad behavior? Well, for example, if you talk during class, you know, if you're like talking to your colleagues during class a lot, you know, the teachers can give you a detention, okay? So they may give students detentions, okay? What is a detention, Henrique? Well, detentions, this is a detention, okay? This is like a student doing extra activities, you know, doing activities extra class, or after class is over, you know, they're gonna sit there and they're just gonna do activities for some time, you know, usually for like 1 hour or 30 minutes or 2 hours. I mean, that depends, right? But that is detention, okay? It's you being, you know, staying in after class doing extra activities. Okay, now this is the school principal, okay? The principal, o diretor, the principal. So if students misbehave, if students cause problems, or if they have problems, any type of problems, okay, the principal may pick up the phone and call the student's parents. He may, you know, pick up the phone and call their parents, you know, call the parents to let them know what's going on, you know, to let them know like what the problem is, what's happening with the students, you know, if they're in trouble or if they are struggling with something, if they're, you know, having a hard time, whatever it is, the principal may pick up the phone and call the parents, okay? Now, let's talk about school subjects for a bit, okay? School subjects, look at all that. These are all subjects, okay? So look, we have botany, computer science, geography, biology, geometry, mathematics, economics, chemistry, psychology, art, English, geology, French, physics, music, calculus, literature, drama, history, archaeology, health. Oh my goodness, there are so many subjects, right? Hey, which ones are your favorite? Which subjects are your favorite? Which ones did you like the most in school? Huh? Which ones did you like the least? The least. Which one did you like the most? And which one did you like the least? Huh? Well, I'll tell you. One of my favorites, of course, is English, right? Look at that. That's English. So I like English a lot, but that's easy, right? I'm an English teacher. So I'm expected to like English, and I do. I love English. But you know what? I don't like math. My goodness. This is math. I don't like math. My God, it's you know, it's just not my thing. You know, math, it's not for me. I'm not good at it. I'm bad. Like, what about you? Are you good? Are you good at math? Are you good at math? Do you like math? Me? I'm not good. I'm not good at all with math. It's just not my thing, okay? I struggle with math. You know, I prefer English to math. I prefer English to math. You see, that's me though, because I'm good at English. I'm very good at English. As a matter of fact, I'm great at English. But I'm not so good at math, you know. So that's why I prefer English. It's my thing. It's what I do, okay? I prefer English to math, right? Now, look, I would rather work with languages than numbers, okay? I'd rather work with languages than number. You know, I prefer languages. It's just, you know, so much easier for me. And numbers are not so easy. And you know what else I like from school? I remember I enjoyed geography a lot. So this is geography, this is physics, and I love geography. I like geography way better than physics. You know, I like geography better than physics. I like the maps, the countries, you know, the earth studies. I like all that. And physics, you know, to me is very difficult. It reminds me of math. And, you know, since I'm not so good with math, you know, physics is also very hard. I think it's quite complex, quite difficult. So I prefer geography to physics. Now, what about you? Which one do you like better? Huh? Which one do you like better, geography or physics? Huh? What do you say? And what is your favorite subject of them all? Think about when you were in school. When you were a little kid, maybe an adolescent, you know, maybe a young adult, and you had your studies, you went to school. Which subject did you like the most? What was your favorite and why? What was your favorite subject and why? Why did you like it so much? And which one did you not like? Which one did you hate the most? Hey, let me know in the comments. Practice your writing abilities, okay? Write down which subject you enjoyed the most and which one you enjoyed the least. Okay, let me know in the comments below. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you next time.